Hi guys, welcome back to our little cottage here on the river in the far north of Idaho. So in this video, I'm going to share with you my recipe for good old-fashioned Snickerdoodle cookies. And just like my chocolate chip cookie recipe, this is one that I have been working on over the years and just kind of tweaking until I got it exactly the way that I like it. And so to start out, you're going to, in a bowl, mix together 2 3/4 cups of all-purpose flour. And then you're also going to add 2 teaspoons of cream of tartar. And cream of tartar is very important for Snickerdoodles. It's what makes them, I don't know, snickerdoodly. But it's a very important ingredient. Otherwise, you'll just have sugar cookies if you don't add the cream of tartar. And you're also going to add in 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda and 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and then you will mix these together. And then into the bowl of a stand mixer, which you don't have to use a stand mixer if you don't have one. You can definitely do this by hand. But into the bowl, you're going to add in 1 1/2 cups of sugar. And then previously, I melted 2 sticks of butter. So 1 cup of unsalted butter I melted. And you're going to add that to the sugar. And then you're going to get this mixing on the mixer until it is all nice and creamed together. And then you're going to add in 1 whole egg and 1 egg yolk separated. So you don't want to do 2 whole eggs, but do 1 whole egg and 1 egg yolk separated. And I always crack them into a little bowl or cup just to make sure that I don't get any of the shell into the dough. And so here I am gradually adding in the dry mixture, so the flour, cream of tartar, salt, and baking soda. And I do it gradually just so there's no crazy messes flying out of the blender, and also it just makes sure that everything gets really well incorporated. And then once the dough is ready, in a small bowl, you're going to want to mix 1/2 cup of granulated sugar with 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. And you could also use less cinnamon if you wanted. You could just do 1 teaspoon. but here I'm doing 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, and then you're going to mix that all together, and this is for rolling the balls of Snickerdoodle dough in before you bake them. And here I'm lining a cookie sheet with parchment paper because I'm going to put the balls of dough onto this cookie sheet and pop them in the freezer for 15 to 20 minutes or until the dough balls are nice and firm before baking. And here I'm going to use my 2 tablespoon cookie scoop. You could obviously go smaller or bigger if you wanted, but of course you'll have to adjust the baking time. And here I just roll it into a nice ball and then roll it in the cinnamon and sugar mixture. And because this is just going in the freezer, I'm not baking the cookies on this sheet. It doesn't matter. You can put them close together. You just don't want them touching. You don't want them to freeze together. And here they are, ready to go into the freezer, like I said, for about 15 to 20 minutes. This will make about, here there's 26 cookies. So this is going to make a little over 2 dozen cookies. And while the dough is getting firm in the freezer, you'll want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. And here I'm lining another cookie sheet with parchment paper. And of course, you can also use a silicone mat if you want, but you definitely need to line your cookie sheet so the cookies don't stick. And then I'm going to pull the cookies out of the freezer and pop some onto this cookie sheet. And I'm going to bake them for 14 to 16 minutes, and it kind of all depends on your oven. For me, 14 minutes ended up being absolutely perfect. And then since you have these frozen cookie dough balls, you can either cook up the whole batch or take them and put them into a freezer Ziploc bag and keep them in the freezer for whenever you need to make some cookies. You can cook 2 at a time, you can cook 10 at a time, so it's really handy just to have them in the freezer for whenever you might need to cook a quick little batch of Snickerdoodle cookies. And once the cookies are done baking, you can let them cool on a wire rack and they are ready to be enjoyed. So this recipe is available on my blog over on homespunannie.com, and I will also have it linked in the description box below. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you'll give this recipe a try. If you do, please let me know that you tried it. So if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Like this video, share with someone else you think would enjoy it, and I will talk to you guys in the next video.